Hello everyone, my name is Anu. Children, I hope that you all are doing well. So today we'll do the next lesson of class 3 English. It is A Little Fish Story. And this lesson is written by Enos B. Comstock. Okay children, in this story we will talk about a little fish who is always unhappy. She is always unhappy. Okay, now let's see that why this little fish is always unhappy. But before that, let's see the objectives. The objectives are appreciation of nature, learning of collective nouns, counting one's blessings and be thankful for them. Okay, children, first of all, tell me one thing. What do you call the water bodies? You must have seen some of the water bodies on TV, in newspaper, or in real life. What do you call these water bodies? Like I'm going to show you some pictures. Okay, now tell me, what is this? This is a sea. Okay, now look at this picture. This is a river. Very good. Now watch this. This is a pond. Okay. Now tell me that what kind of creatures do you find in the sea or in the water? Okay, now look at these pictures. Whale, shark, tropical fish, seahorse, and seals, lobsters. And there are many more sea animals that you see in the sea. Yes? Okay. Now let's see that our little fish was why that little fish was always unhappy. Let's read about that story. There are a great many fish in the seas, but this story is about just one of them, and a very small one at that. Okay, so the writer is saying that this story is about a very little fish. Okay, and because you must have seen many fish in the seas or rivers or in the water bodies, but this particular story is about a very small, a very little fish. Okay, now this little fish had everything to make him contented, but he was not happy. Now the writer is saying that this little fish, he had everything that can make him satisfied. Contented means satisfied, but he was not happy. But that little fish was not happy. He was unhappy because he was so very small. And children, you will laugh when I tell you why he was not happy. He was unhappy because he was so very small. Okay. If I were only larger, how much happier I could be, he would say over and over again. And he said it so many times that I think he believed it. Okay, children, so that little fish, he was always unhappy. He kept on thinking that it is very hard to be such a little fish. Okay, he would say over and over again that if I were only larger, how much happier I could be. So that little fish wanted to become a large fish, and he was very unhappy because he was very small. Okay, so, and he kept on saying this to him again and again that he want to be larger, he want to be larger, that he that I think he might believed it that he should be larger. Okay, so that fish was very unhappy. And one day he was swimming along with the rest of his school and thinking, no doubt, how much more the larger fish had to be thankful for than he, when suddenly, with no warning, they found themselves in the meshes of a great net. Okay, children, so what happened one day when that little fish was swimming with his friends? Okay, with his school. School is a collective noun used for a group of fish. Okay, so when he was swimming along with the rest of his friends, okay, he was thinking, and what he may think that he should be larger, and the large fishes they may feel very happy, and their life is so very nice and excited, and he also wanted to be a large fish. And when he was just thinking all these things, suddenly what happened? With no warning, they found themselves in the meshes of a great net. Okay, what happened suddenly? That they were caught in the net. Okay, meshes means the space between the threads of nets, means they found themselves inside the net, inside a great net, and there was no warning, without any warning. That means suddenly, without any prior warning, they were in the net, in a great net, and they were caught in the net. Now they must be very worried. Okay, all the fish. So, what happened? There was much floundering and splashing as the net was drawn up out of the water into the sunlight. And just as its haul was be emptied into the boat, the smallest fish in the school wriggled through the mesh and slipped back into the cool water. How good it felt! So, children, what happened when they were all when all the school, all the fish were caught in the net? What happened? They all were trying to get out of the net, so there was much floundering and splashing. Okay, floundering means struggling. There was lot of struggling, because and splashing, because splashing is throwing. Okay, throwing water. There was lots of sound of struggling and of sound of water when they were trying to get out of the net. There was lots of floundering and splashing. Okay, and what happened when the net was taken out? Okay, and it was just to be emptied, and what the whole fish, they were about to be emptied into the boat. What that man who caught all the fish into his net, he was about to empty it, all the fish into his boat, and suddenly what happened? That the smallest fish in the school wriggled through the mesh and slipped back into the cool water. And what happened? What happened? That the smallest fish, okay, are that fish who was very little and who wanted to become large, that smallest fish that slipped back into the cool water. Okay, that wriggle means twisting. Okay, that little fish, he twisted his body through the mash and slipped back into the cool water. Okay, so that little fish was able to escape because of his small size. She was able to come out of the net, come out of the meshes of the net, because it was very small. So it wriggled its body, it twisted its body and came out of the net, and she was slipped back into the cool water. Okay, how good it felt. So that fish was able to escape from the net, and she twisted her body and she came out of the net like this. Okay, slowly, by twisting his body, she came out of the net and slipped into the cool water of the sea. Right, children? He swam here and there and everywhere, and some of the fish who knew him well all the rest of his life said that they never again heard him say that he wished to be anything but a little fish. Okay, and that little fish, he slipped into the sea and he was able to swim into the cool water of sea again because he was able to escape from the net because of his small size. And now he was very happy. He swam here and there and everywhere in the sea, and all his friends who knew him well, now they have never heard him saying that he want to be a large fish. He was very happy of his small size now. Okay, now that little fish has learned the lesson that he is small, it is his specialty. Okay, and he should not aim or dream to be a large fish, because of his that small size, that small little fish was able to escape from the hunter's net, while the other big fish while the other big fish, they were caught into the net. Okay, so now he was very happy because of his little size. Right, children? So this was the story. And children, these are the morals that we have learned from this lesson, from this story. What are these? Be satisfied as you are. Okay, don't want to be what you aren't. Be happy with what you have. Count our blessings and be thankful for them. Okay, children, so we should be satisfied in whatever we have and in whatever we are. Okay, we should count our blessings and we should be thankful for these blessings to the God. Okay, children, so this was the story. I hope you liked it. Okay, now let's see. There are many new words. Let's see the new words and their meanings, children. First of all is million. Million means 10 lakhs. Floundering. Floundering means struggling. Meshes. Meshes means the space between threads of net. Okay, that space you must have seen the square or rectangle shape space between threads of net. Howl. Howl means to draw or pull something. Okay. Next, contented. Contented means satisfied. Splashing means throwing. Emptied. Emptied means clear or unoccupied. Wriggled means to twist their body back and forth. Okay. Warning. Warning means threatening. Right, children? So these were the new words. Now let's see the question answers. The first question we have, how many fish are there in the sea? So there are 1,000,000 fish in the sea. Children, you can see here that the plural of fish is also fish. Okay, we will not write fishes, right? The plural and singular of fish is fish only. So how many fish are there in the in the sea? So there are 1,000,000 fish in the sea. Next, why was the little fish unhappy? The little fish was unhappy because he was very small. He was so very small. Okay. Next, what happened to the fish one day? So the answer is, one day the fish got caught in the meshes of a great net. Right? Okay, let's see the next question. Why was the fish thankful to be a little fish? So the answer is the fish was thankful to be a little fish as he was able to come out of the meshes of the net because of its small size. Hmm? Okay. Now, now children, look at the pattern and fill in the blanks. See, look and looked. So here you can see look is the past form of look. Okay, uh, um, these are the past tense of look. Looked is now. Pick will say picked. Bark, barked. Want, wanted. Talk, talked. Wish, wished. Pull, pulled. Okay, so these were the helped. So these were the uh, first and second form of the verb, past form of the verb, right? Now next, fill in the blanks with the right word from the box. And the words are paper, flowers, water, matches, cows, bulbs. And here are the collective nouns, children. Collective nouns are the name given to a group of things, okay, like a glass of water, okay. Now, a box of matches, a sheet of paper, a bunch of flowers, a herd of cows, and a pack of wolves, okay. Now, this is a small song. Okay, this is singing or crying. It is a small stanza, children. Now let's read it. Mahesh sings a little song. Venkatesh looks at him. Why are you crying, Mahesh? He asks. Mahesh says, I'm not crying, I'm singing an English song. Okay, now let's see. There are some fill ups. Like Mahesh sings a song, and how what was the song? It was a little or a long one? It was a little song. Venkatesh looks or shouts at him. So Venkatesh looks at him. Venkatesh thinks Mahesh is crying or laughing. Crying. Mahesh is singing. Singing or saying a song. He was singing a song. So the song is in English or Telugu. So the song is in English language. Okay. Now, children, look at the following sentences. If I were only larger, how much happier I could be. Okay, so this is the sentence. And now you have to make more sentences like this using the words in the box. Let's see how we have to make sentences like this. Like, if I were only thinner, how much happier I could be. Okay, and if I were only smaller, how much happier I could be. If I were taller, how much happier I would be. If I were younger, how much happier I could be. If I were cleverer, how much happier I could be. And if I were older, how much happier I could be. So these are the comparative degrees, right? Thinner and happier, smaller, taller, younger, cleverer, older. These are the comparative form of adjectives. Yes. So children, now here is questions for you that you have to answer. Now see, this is word building. Rearrange the letters to make words. Now let's see the first word, ISHF. What word can you make? Which word can you make out of this unjumbled letters? Yes, the right answer is fish. Now second One, look at the second one. What can you make with this? Which word can you make with these unjumbled letters? Yes, little. Okay. Now RADH. Which word? Hard. Okay. Next is EAS. C. Okay. Now next REAGT. What is this? This is great. Okay. Now ETN is 10. Okay. So likewise you can rearrange these words, these letters, and make a new word. Okay, do it yourself. Next, I have one more assignment for you children. The opposites. You have to tell the opposites. Small, big, happy, unhappy, hard, soft, great, great little, good, bad. Okay, so these you have to do yourself. Okay, children. So I have one task for you. Imagine you are a little fish. Write 5 sentences what you might see around. Okay, this is a creative writing one, and you have to imagine yourself that you are a little fish and you are swimming in the sea or in the river, and now you have to write 5 sentences that what you may see around. Okay, that what you might see around you. Okay, so now create that scene. Imagine that you are a fish and you are swimming in the sea, and what are the things that you can see around yourself. Write these, write those lines. Okay, so that's it, children. This was the story. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned with me for my next videos. Till then, take care and enjoy.